Hello, students. Welcome to the class The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Robert Frost was an American poet. We have a small introduction. This is the age of Robert Frost when he used to write poems. He was born in the year 1874 and died in 1963. The born date is March 26th. He lived at San Francisco, California in the United States. He died on January 29, 1963. He is a resident of Boston, Massachusetts, United States. The books that he has written and were very famous are Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, A Boy's Will, and many more, including the poem that we are reading today, The Road Not Taken, is one of the famous poems written by Robert Frost. He's been awarded with Pulitzer Prizes for poetry in United States, Poet Laureate, and many more. The poem today that we are reading is about our life's tragedies. First I'll read the poem and later I'll explain to you. The first stanza: two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveller long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. The explanation of the first stanza is the two roads diverged. Diverged is, the meaning of diverged is separated and took a different direction. And in a yellow wood is, that was a season of autumn where the leaves turn yellow in color, one. And the other one also, most of the trees we found in foreign countries, they have lots of photosynthesis, so they don't prepare the food, and the natural color of the leaves are yellow. And sorry I could not travel both. So here the poet is standing. I've given a picture of a woman. The poet is standing in the middle of the road. There are two diversions of roads taken there, one to the right and one to the left. And sorry I could not travel both. So what is the meaning of this is, a person can't travel both of the roads at the same time. Either you have to choose any one of your roads to go, either right side or the left side, as marked in red color in the picture. And be one traveller long I stood, and look down one as far as I could. There's a question mark supposed to be. And be one traveller. See, being one traveller, if you are both of the friends, you can tell your friends, you go one the right side of the road, I'll go to the left side of the road. But here the poet is alone and he would like to travel both the roads, but it is not possible. But he has to choose any one of the roads to travel. So, and be one traveller, that means he is a single traveller, and long as he has been standing there, and look down as one as far as he could. So through the long sight that he can see the road, he was unable to see that judgmentally, to where it bent it the undergrowth. So here it means the undergrowth here is dense growth of plants and bushes. We can see, as you can see, a road or the highways, the mountains, okay, the valleys, the clouds, the seas, and you can see a certain distance, not more than that. So since here the poet says he was able to stand near the roads which are both ways to travel, and he has to decide which road he has to travel, and he wanted to choose the road that one has lessly travel, and he could see to the farthest where he could reach. This is the explanation of first stanza. Now the second stanza says, then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as far that the passing there had worn them really about the same. Now you can see there are two parts in the picture. The man took the way that was being less traveled, The explanation is, then took the road other just as fair. So just as fair is as good as the other one can. Now we think many roads. Okay, what are the choices in that? He took the road which he thought that it would be good, and having perhaps the better claim, so better options. Okay, we have better options. I'll explain you personally this to the matter. Let's go poetic value. Because it was grassy. Here grassy means which is unused. I put a circle on it. It's unused. And wanted where that had not been used. Nobody had used that way to go, and he chose that option in a better way that he could travel the road. Though as for that the passing there, so he wanted to pass there. Okay, because nobody has traveled, let me take a choice. Had warned them really about the same. So he realization is, okay, let me try out with this way. So what does the second stanza explains here is about, in our lives also we stand after 10th standard, we stand by a road where we have many options. Okay, where we have many options, whether go to PUC science, arts, commerce, whether to become a doctor, engineer, or a teacher or something like that. So we all are confused in our lives what to become in our lives. This is very fair. So this is we choose something, we our parents tell us an advice what we can do in a better manner. If a father is an engineer, he says, okay, no, this profession is not good until and unless, okay, you choose to work hard for that profession. Okay, to you become a doctor. Okay, doctor says, no, day and night I am working and working and working. I am being tired. It is a good service, but you may not have that patience to work out. So we have lots of confusion with our lives what to go on. So this stanza explains us, it has been claimed, okay, they are been advising us to take a better option in our lives. What type of an option we have to take is left on us. But at last today, in those days, it was like 20 years back, not even 10 years back, 20 years back there was an option. Like parents used to advise children to take whatever it is, because those days there was no CET, there was no NEET, anything. It only depended on marks. But today it is a competitive world where we have to take an option by everyone. At the day one, when you start for the first standard, parents are thinking about techno syllabus, where they are being, the children of first standard are trained for 12 years of classes, where they have to take a JET, where they have to take medicine, where they have to take NEET or triple E or something like that. So this is what we are being thinking about the unused ways. But today every professional way is being used, and we have to choose what could be better in the future. Is some example of another example of the explanation of this stanza. Stanza 3. And both that morning equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. See, the explanation of the third stanza is, you can see the person. There are both the ways he is being confused what to be done. And both that morning equally lay, both the roads he sees. Okay, both are greenery, grasses are grown there, pathways over there, the trees are being bent, everything. In leaves, no step had trodden black. The what is the meaning of this is, and both that morning equally lay similar. Both the roads were looking very similar and very greenery. They were all okay. They were yellow woods. Grass has been grown down, and both were similarly looking, and the same it was. Similar is same. In leaves, no step had trodden black. So here you see, in leaves, no step had trodden. That means no person had walked over there, and moreover the area was not that black, because no step, no person had travelled the way that he was looking for. The third line, oh, I kept the first for another day. There is an exclamation. He says, oh, I kept the first for another day. That means what road he wanted to take, he took it. But the other road he chose. If I am not successful in that day, I'll go to the farthest of the way. If I am not successful, I'll come back. Then I will follow the other way. That means, oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way. See, this is a very interesting line. Yet knowing how way leads to way. Now we have been explaining that how we are able to travel on a certain way and come back in that way. Now we are choosing a position or a way that we are able to travel. We can't go to that distance and again return back. We have only one choice to go. Either you are chosen a medical, you have to go to the farthest, and you can't turn back, and you can't think that you have to take engineering once again. So that's a foolishness. And here he says the way leads on to the way. Once you are successful and you have been hardworking and you find that you will be able to do it better, then you can keep on going your way. I doubted if I should ever come back. So once you have been successful, finding that it is difficult. See, there are two choices of life. If it is taken, choice is taken by you, then you have to lead on with. And if it has been advised by somebody, you have to go on cursing the person who has been advising you. This is what manually we do with all these things, and this is the explanation of your third stanza. Fourth and final, we learn about I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, there is a hence. Two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. See, after certain ages, I shall be telling this with a sigh, okay, with a deep breath. Yeah, I am successful. Somewhere ages and ages hence, here ages and ages hence it is. Hence, in future, I will be telling this. Two roads diverged in a wood, and two roads. I had to choose any one of the road where I was traveling, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So, then in future, we will be telling, okay, after ages of success or failure, we will tell one thing, okay, how far success you are. If your grandfathers, great grandfathers, your dad, if they are success, you ask them what is the mantra of their success, they will be able to help, okay, help you to tell you people, okay, we were successful because we were hardworking, we were successful because we were studying, we were successful because somebody advised us. Okay, what is your success in future is a question here. Somewhere ages and ages hence in the future, where will be you be? That is a pathway. People today, if you do things wrong and it is remarked on you saying you have done wrong, you will accept it. If somebody has told and that you were able to do that work and it has gone wrong, you will curse the only person. Okay, that is what it is today's life. So in future, you will able to realize and tell people what is that, what is the success mantra or failure mantra of yours is this is one thing. Two road diverged in a wood. There was a day where I have to take choices. I was standing in the middle of the road and there was a V curve to the right and the left. I had to go and decide what I have to do. And I took the one less traveled by, because he thought he will travel the way where less people have been traveling to that. In those days, doctors and engineers were very hard to become. Today, it's an easy point. Okay, if you pass your PUC is not important. How many children appear for the NEET is more important. Most of the CET was valued in some days here, some years ago, some 4-5 years ago. Now NEET is compulsory for medicine, and in future you will have the same criteria to go on. Okay, only we will be telling, oh, gold was only about 200 rupees, 10 grams. Today, then 1500, then 2000, then 5000. Today it is 50,000. Okay, so we will be only able to tell the things that we couldn't do in future if we are not successful. If we are successful, good thing I did not travel that way. This is what we are able to explain. I took the one less traveled by. The author was able to take the road which people had traveled less. They had traveled. It is not like that they are not traveled. There were two ways. He found one way was traveled much, and the second way what he has chosen was it was less traveled. The poet doesn't say people are not traveled, so I thought of discovering that way. No, it's wrong. The line says, I took the one less traveled by. People had traveled by the way, and it was less traveled. So this is what it has been. We are be able to learn, and that has made all the difference. Today, if I am successful, it was because I did not choose the other way where I am gone. If I am not successful, then also he says, it would have been better. It would have been better that I might have gone that day and chosen the other way where I had to travel. This is what is the explanation of the poem. So this is more important in with the students, that today whatever choices we are making, let our choices be right choices. Because if choices are better in a way, then everything can go in a success. If there is no success in our life, and the success comes when only you are being dedicated to do something, okay, something called as belief system in your life. Today if somebody is success, their success comes only when they are faithful in their work. So Robert Frost also says that I had two options to choose. I have chosen the option which I needed. It is not somebody had advised me. I saw one road was traveled fully and the other was traveled but less traveled, and hence he was able to choose this according to his will. So it is more important for us to choose what road are we going to choose in your career. Now you are 9th standard. After that you will reach your 10. How successful you are in your 8th standard, that success has to come to 9th and 10th. Okay, we never believed that we will have so soon classes. At the previous class we had learned, okay, the road so the previous class it was about all computers. Nobody believed this would be a story of 2157, but we are already seen that in 2020, awaiting for more than 217 years, 117 years, still it is not like that. Because we are being able to be successful today in managing these things is only because we are faithful. So if you want to be successful, you have to take your own choice, you have to take your own decision, you have to sit quiet and listen to the opinions of what others says. Okay, like Abdul Kalam says, don't read success stories. Okay, because reading success stories you may be thinking how successful. Read failure stories, because when you are thinking that a person was successful in doing that and you do that, it is not possible. So it is better we learn failure stories, so we will come to know where the failures are not supposed to happen in our lives and what we are not supposed to do. And this is what it has been today. We are being able to successfully read about the poem The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. I hope you all will enjoy this lesson. Thank you children. Have a good time.